from the campus of J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano. This is the Cal Premier League Winter Cup 2012, the first annual. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for Langevin Productions. This match in the boys under 11 features Canyon Football Club and the Football Club of Los Angeles, the Panteras. First for the Panteras, let's get their head coach, Renny Hernandez. The assistant coach is Javier Ocampo. The team manager is Yesenia Aras. The keeper will be Axel Gallardos. Number 1, he is Raul Campos is number 2. Number 3 is Jose Godinez. Number 4 is Brian Guevara. Number 5 is Jonathan Gomez. Number 6 is Hector Martinez. Number 7 is Brian Lopez. Number 8 is Damian Santos. Number 9 is Oscar Solores. Number 10 is Brian Martinez. Number 11 is Kane Hernandez. Number 13 is Ruben Santos. Number 16 is Christian Alcantar. And number 92 is Alexis Vera. And that's the lineup for the Football Club of Los Angeles, the Panteras. And let's get the lineup for Canyon Football Club. For Canyon Football Club out of Anaheim Hills, their head coach is Phil Henry. The assistant coach is Frank Lucasa. The assistant coach is Scott Gallegos. And the team manager is Donnie Kraus. The keeper will be Brooks Perry. Number 00 at midfield is Nolan Henry. Number 1 at defender is Aaron Milby. Number 2 at midfielder is Tyler Kraus. Number 3 at midfield is Patrick Bennett. Number 4 at defender is Gavin Lucasa. Number 7 at defender is Joshua Ramirez. Number 8 at mid is Noah Gallegos. Number 9 at forward is Gavin Felder. Number 10 at defender is Ryan Henry. Number 11 at mid or defender is Chase Coleman. 13 at forward is Sam Brooks. 16 at mid or defender, Michael Gutierrez. Number 17 at defender is Bradley Falcuson. And number 22 at midfield is Sebastian Thurion. And that's the lineup for Canyon Football Club. We'll be right back with the starting of this match at J. Serra High School in just a moment. From left to right is going to be Canyon Football Club, and from right to left is going to be Fcla Panteras. 30-minute halves. So shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We're underway. And in their own defensive half now, Fcla Panteras. And Hector Martinez now. Martinez, nice ball with nice pace, sending it forward to Brian Martinez. And Brian on the near side being man-marked heavily, and that ball goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for Canyon FC. Just the starting of this match here from J. Serra Catholic High School. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for Langevin Productions here. George bringing you the sights and sounds from up high, the stadium view. On the near side, the throw-in, Kraus, and he has his teammate in the interior, Sam Brooks. Brooks going further out wide to Coleman, and Coleman on the diagonal pass, but nobody on the other side of it. And it'll be a throw-in now for Fcla Panteras from the far side touchline. It went off the back of Solores. And now in their own half, they send it up forward. Have a little bit of a breeze today, to being a wind coming from the far side of your picture at us. So actually widthwise across the field here at J. Serra Catholic High School. So hopefully you've got your snack and your beverage, going to enjoy this one. And this ball is driven from the deep third all the way up towards midfield, but it's out of play. Not able to connect from the back is Fcla Panteras. So now Canyon now, as in the space there was Tyler Kraus, but he couldn't get to it. But they do have somebody to keep it in the defensive half as they went to the attacking third, but it was intercepted. But now cutting it off that time was Lucasa and his teammate, Aaron Milby, striking it forward. Milby trying to get Gavin Felder to make a move, but he couldn't. And now Milby and company have to retreat back as here is Fcla Panteras on the right flank. They've got speed in the box, a shot, and missing it from the far post on a bid to take the lead 1-0, but it did not happen that time. And so a little bit of speed, the first bit of speed on the wide side. Alexis Vera showing his ability on foot. And now here's a shot and a save by the keeper, Brooks Perry. And Brooks drives it down off of a bounce, but intercepted that time by Hector Martinez. Martinez still on a soccer ball, switches his direction and then goes to the near side now. Hernandez now being marked heavily in the box. They come over and they take it away, but it will be the first corner kick of the match. So Fcla Panteras have the corner kick. And they'll be going against the wind on this corner kicking try. If you're on the other side of the field, you'll be able to use the wind. So you can strike it obviously harder. And that wind's going to break it down. As the flag almost standing straight up. But that one bended too much past the goal line. And they don't get anything out of it. Do the Panteras? So now the goal kick for Canyon FC. Trying to go down to Central and get somebody to possess it. And they do, as they had that from the near side with Michael Gutierrez, but then it was dispossessed and back down to Central. There was a touch there by Martinez. Martinez has it again. Martinez setting it up to Vera. Vera now still trying to go after it down to Central. One player going down, and center rep says play on. And driving it out of play is Hector Martinez. So staying in the defensive half again of Canyon FC is Fcla Football Club of Los Angeles, the Panteras. Toward the Central now. As Canyon trying to get a hold of that soccer ball, and they pushed off, so it'll be a free kick now for the Panteras. Ball intercepted and knocked out of play on the near side. It'll be a throw-in for the Panteras. So in the attacking third, let's see what they can do with it this time. Already had the closest score of the attempted score of the match on that run by Alexis Vieira a few minutes ago. Here's one up high and a goal! Go, 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 goal! Brian Martinez able to put it in the top side for a goal, and it is 1-0. Fcla Panteras. And that's what happens when you spend a lot of time in a defensive half of the other club. Sometimes good things can happen for you. And they get a beautiful strike by Brian Martinez, and the lead 1-0. In the deep back now is Aaron Milby trying to connect, get that ball upfield, and they do. Canyon now, Tyler Kraus. And Kraus going to the Central with Sam Brooks. Brooks moving that ball up the Central, but he's dispossessed that time. And now it is sent forward toward the attacking third And that ball is out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for Fcla Panteras. 1-0, the score here in the first half of action. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for Ladjeville Productions, along with George on a camera, the owner of the company. And now in Central, nicely stopped that time by Kane Hernandez, but that ball was intercepted in the deep back. And it'll be a throw in for the Fcla Panteras at midfield. They get it in quickly to Brian Martinez, who scored the goal. He's looking for Vieira. Vera now after it. Alexis Vera into the corner now. Gets away from two players. His service, and it goes right to Perry as he makes a save. Nice connecting ball to Oscar Solores, and Solores all in one motion taking a shot right at Brooks Perry. And you see that in premier leagues around the world. On the near side, it's going to be a throw-in for Canyon. Canyon Football Club. They were champs in the Huntington Sand Tournament. And then they were finalists in the Oaks Polo Classic. And here they are in a championship against Fcla Panteras. Now they're a strike by Brian Martinez. He's been active. And another guy who's been active, but he gets dispossessed, and that was Vera. And going forward nicely there was Ryan Henry. But they have to retreat back now, and they've got a runner now. And that was Oscar Solores. But now on it is Martinez, and he serves it into the center of the field. And now a return pass for Hector on a near side, the left flank. Finds a player in the space, and that is Brian Martinez. Martinez still on a soccer ball, but he's dispossessed that time. On the near side, 0-0, Nolan Henry. Henry on the move. Henry towards the interior. His pass is to his teammate quickly there to Lucasa, who sends it up. Up forward to Felder. Felder drops it back, and it's to Coleman. Coleman now with time and space. Chase Coleman. And Chase's pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Alcantar. Christian Alcantar on the move on the right flank. And it is still in the field of play. As in their own defensive half, running onto it was Ruben Santos. But Santos couldn't go any further as he's dispossessed down the central. And now Alexis Vera. And he was marked heavily and dispossessed that time. Good defensive action for Canyon Football Club. That was Ryan Henry doing the work. The tough work into space. As Canyon Football Club do have their numbers on their shorts in the all blue. And in that blue and the gray on the move on the near side. That's Hector Martinez. A nice service, and that ball is past the goal line. As they just missed an opportunity that time in the mid of the 18. Bradley Falcuson is into the match now on the sub for Canyon FC. Strike by number 5. Now it's Jonathan Gomez. And following it up here is Kane Hernandez. Hernandez into 18. Hernandez's service is intercepted. Nicely done as they stiffen up in their 18-yard box. That's Canyon FC. And now on a counterattack, trying to go up the field. That pass was intended for Tyler Krause. He didn't get it. And on the near side, with it is Hector Martinez. His service over to Kane Hernandez. Hernandez to Brian Martinez, and no problem that time. Brooks Perry staying with that soccer ball that had a bounce in front of him. But he's no worse for the wear as he sends it down towards midfield now. And Canyon FC still playing in their defensive half, trying to get out of their defensive half, and a foul. And the second free kick now for Fcla Panteras. But they can't go any further now. Here comes the darker blue of Canyon FC now along the left flank. Felder trying to go get it. Felder trying to mark there was Alcantar, and that ball sent down the right flank, but it is out of play as Alcantar is sending a ball up forward, trying to get somebody to run onto it. 1-0. Canyon Football Club of the Anaheim Hills area leading in this match over Football Club of Los Angeles, the Panteras. Down their left flank, trying to continue as they were dispossessed and then stolen away, and Fcla Panteras not able to go any further. And here on the near side, the step over by Jonathan Gomez, and Gomez, who knew the Canyon player, pushed it out of play. Hector Martinez sending that ball into central for Vera, nicely stopping the soccer ball, changing his direction, and on the near side, trying to give it back to Hector Martinez, but he wasn't going to be able to get to it as Aaron Milby reached it first. So on the near side, it'll be a throw-in for Fcla Panteras. And they throw it in to Jonathan Gomez. Gomez working it over to Brian Martinez, who has one goal. His pass is intercepted in the central, and a foul will work against Canyon FC. And this will be the third free kick now for the Panteras. Brian Martinez will take it. Martinez in a bid here to get his second goal of the game. His team leads 1-0. Brian Martinez, a decent but not good enough strike as it bended away from the near post. So let's see what Canyon FC can do with it, trying to get it out of their own defensive half, as they have played in their defensive half a lot here in the first half. That ball is knocked out in this under-11 championship match by Fcla Panteras, and it'll be a throw-in now. As number 1, Aaron Milby getting it in, trying to get players to run onto it. Now he has Chase Coleman. Coleman sending the ball down to central to his teammate now, Sam Brooks, and a whistle. And that whistle is going to work against Fcla Panteras. So now the first free kick for Canyon FC of the match. Well, let's see what they can do to try to get some serious action going in the attacking third, as they played mostly in the defensive half in this match. The championship one of the CPL Winter Cup 2012. And that ball sent back up to midfield, but Canyon FC has a player on the near side. That's Milby, and he sends it forward, working over to Kraus. Back to Milby. His pass intercepted. It goes to the central now. And running onto it is Chase Coleman. And he sends it forward. He's got his teammate Gavin Felder, but it's blocked. Coming onto it is Falcuson. Falcuson working it over to Gallegos. Gallegos on the near side. Gallegos still staying after it. And that ball is past the goal line by Canyon FC. And that's actually working out to be a free kick now. Or actually, they were offsides for. So it is a free kick for the Panteras. As they get it going upfield now, and it's a foot race. 1v1. Alexis Vera. Vera now into the central, and he has teammates to help him out in the central and taking a blast, but Vera away from frame that time. Again, the wind's still blowing around Southern California. The winds were going to be high. Obviously, very high inland, the high wind warnings. Along the coastline, much less, but still. On his first weekend of 2012, getting the wind going. Vera missed it, but his teammate cleaned it up in support, sending it down toward the box. Vera has it now. Vera gets it over to his teammate, Hernandez. Hernandez now chasing it down as he was dispossessed. Hernandez still staying after it, and it's going to work against Kane Hernandez that time. And it'll be a free kick. The second one for Canyon FC. Taking it now, Ryan Henry. Henry going to slow it down, give it over to Aaron Milby. Milby on the near side. It goes off the head of Hector Martinez, trying to protect in space. And so Canyon FC will throw it in. Down 1-0 here in this championship match. Throwing it in, Noah Gallegos. Noah from the near side. His pass intercepted. Running onto it is Vera. Vera, nice controlling the soccer ball there. Sending it in space, but not able to control it was Fcla Panteras, but now in their own defensive half. They had Gomez sending it up, but intercepted in the deep back. Cross midfield for Canyon FC. On to it now is Sam Brooks. Brooks now sends a ball down the left flank for Felder. Felder into the corner. Felder still after it. Felder slows it up. Sends it back upfield now, but he gave it away to the gray with the yellow numbers and the blue. And coming upfield with it is Kane Hernandez, sending a long ball, an early ball. He's got his teammate running and shooting, and a save by the keeper, Brooks Perry. Perry gave up a rebound, but a nice save protecting towards that near post. Going after it, Chase Coleman, and then it goes back towards Falcuson, and he drives it across midfield, but right to Kane Hernandez. Or actually, that happened to be Christian Alcantar, who sent it out wide, but the pass was intercepted there by Patrick Bennett. And on the Y, there is Alcantar again. And his teammate drives it toward the deep back. Intercepted in the central now on it. Tyler Krause trying to keep the ball away from Kane Hernandez, but Hernandez winning it. Hernandez trying to go further just inside the 18-yard box. And thankfully for Canyon FC, the player was able to get to the ball first before tripping the on-rushing striker up there in Kane Hernandez, which would have resulted in a penalty kick. Now, here is the second corner kick of the match for Fcla Panteras. A save, and it goes off the side of the net. Nice save by Brooks Perry. And Perry has kept his team close in this match. And substitutions are coming in. First for Canyon FC, as it looks like it's Sebastian Therion. He's going to come into the match. He's a midfield type player. As Ryan Henry will get a breather. And in the deep back, off that 6-yard corner, Canyon FC sending that ball upfield after the goal kick. And here's Therion sending it to Felder. Felder wants to strike the ball out wide and kind of stretch him out a little bit. And Felder now after it again. On the near side. He's got support now with Gallegos. And that ball across the 18-yard box now. And a shot and a save by the keeper, Axel Gallardos. Nice shot by Patrick Bennett. But Gallardos, no worse for the wear, able to save the soccer ball that time. And Gallardos now down the central. Hernandez, a header, but it's intercepted. As they'll play in their own defensive half again. Hernandez into space trying to get it. His teammate has it anyway and drives it across midfield. But reducing the size of the field is Canyon FC as Gavin Lucasa went after it and drove it forward. And it will be a throw-in as it was knocked out by the Panteras. And now they have to retreat back in their own defensive third along that left flank. And gaining more real estate is Canyon FC. Chasing it down is Patrick Bennett to throw it in. In this 1-0 championship match in the boys under 11, the California Premier League Winter Cup for 2012. Greg G.K. Porter with George Langevin on the camera, bringing you the sights and sounds from J. Sarah High School. San Juan Capistrano off of Juniper Sierra 5 freeway. Terry Young. There he is again. Terry Young. And going down is a player in the space. And so that is another free kick. For Fcla Panteras as they in the midfield area trying to win it but cannot. And Canyon FC winning that soccer ball, sending it over into the corner now for Noah Gallardos. Or Gallegos, and Gallegos watches it go out of play, but they're going to be able to throw it in. One 0 here in the championship match. 30-minute halves, and we're getting closer and closer to halftime. Can Canyon FC put one in the back of the net before the halftime expires to tie this championship matchup? Terry Young going after it, but now his teammate Milby has it. It was deflected away upfield, but running onto it, there's Chase Coleman going out wide. He's got Patrick Bennett. Bennett now still staying after it. He was almost dispossessed, and then he is. But Bennett comes into the space to put a little pressure, try to keep them in their own defensive third. However, they are working upfield, but now again, numbers. Sam Brooks and company continue to possess the soccer ball in a diagonal pass. Gallegos now looking for Gavin Felder, and then a shot at Thurion, and a save by Axel Gallardos. Nice shot that time, and again, trying to test Gallardos. But Gallardos making a nice save that time. The throw-in for the Panteras of Fcla Football Club of Los Angeles from the near side, trying to get somebody to run onto it. But retreating back in his own defensive half is Aaron Milby. And that ball goes out of play. Hector Martinez throws it in for Fcla Panteras, intercepted. Sent down the near side, but they'll throw it in again. But this time they'll be in their own defensive half. Substitutions are coming in again from the near side. Canyon FC. As this is going to be number 7 coming in, and that is Joshua Ramirez. And Joshua, a defender type. And that's exactly the area he goes to. The header by Hector Martinez, and then Terry Young able to win it off the central there. With Brooks sending it forward to Felder, and it's going to be a foul against Canyon FC. Fcla Panteras will get their 6th free kick of the match. The ball sent into the defensive half, and then they send it all the way back up forward very, very quickly. And it's going to be an offsides call. So offsides against Fcla Panteras as that sun is setting in the west. But they have lights here, and those will be going on towards the end of the match. Bird Canyon, this is their 3rd free kick. Here's Thuriong. Sebastian and his teammates cross midfield. Gallegos, and his pass was intercepted. Here's Kane Hernandez shielding the defender. And a little bit too much on the back. Chase Coleman is the same number for Canyon FC. And it's another free kick. The 7th one now for and over the top of the net by Kane Hernandez that time. Kane Hernandez a bid to try to put it in the back of the net, but he struck it too high. His team still leads 1-0. Hernandez, nice intercept that time. Into the 18-yard box, and he gets it again, and he tried to follow it up. Oh, that would have been a great play if he was able to get to it again. The youngsters and their ability to control the soccer ball, and that gives you great hope for how great of a soccer player they're going to be as they get older. Canyon FC now, their 4th free kick. And on the near side, over to Aaron Milby. And that was knocked out quickly. Alexis Vera knocking it out. Time running out here in the first half. Wind blowing across at us, across the field from the far side of the near side of the picture. And a strike by Milby. But Vera winning it. Vera sending it over the top. He's looking for Kane Hernandez, and Hernandez able to find it. Hernandez, who has those moves, and he tries to follow it up, but getting there nicely that time was Gavin Lucasa. And then they send a ball past the goal line. With Gavin Lucasa helping his teammate out to get back there and help out. On number 11, Kane Hernandez, to keep this a 1-0 match. So we hope you've enjoyed all the action here in the first half here at J. Sarah High School, the Catholic High School. And we will be back with the second half of action in this championship match at the California Premier Cup Winter Cup 2012. Stick with us.
Bajas, recuperas, manda, pero con ganas, que padre. Necesitamos asegurar los goles, porque no pueden estar haciendo su trabajo otra vez. No pueden estar fallando. Oscar, los dos son nuestros delanteros, tienen que asegurar goles. No tenés las dos, se asegura el partido. Ah, tenemos ahorita, no tenemos goles, ¿qué pasa? Ahora el güero. Estabas mirando lo que estaba haciendo López, ¿qué te metieron? Vamos atrás con ganas. No me digan que quieren jugar, no quieren jugar, pero no quieren jugar.
You don't have anywhere to go with it. Get him closer and
up. Told her, we haven't even tested their defense. We've got the speed, okay? Let's slot some balls to the corner flags, guys, and let's have Felder go at it. I mean, he's got the speed, guys. We just haven't even tested it. You guys are standing waiting for them to give you the ball to your feet. You need to move to the flag. You're putting yourself in position, but then I want you to move to the flag.
Check back, use your body, look for somebody to play off the ball from you.
Ball first, okay? The one thing that you see these guys doing is dribble, okay? Wait for them to make a move, and then you take the ball.
No, I'm going to give you a break, Nolan. You'll go on. The rest we're good. 30 minutes to give it all you got, okay? If you give it all you got for 30 minutes and you lose, errors. Okay? See how many bubbles you'll have a problem.
Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
Captains.
1, 2, 3, CFC!
Let's go, boys!
Shift colors, we're underway for the second half here in this championship match of the Cal Premier League Winter Cup 2012. And left to right is the gray with the yellow numbers of Fcla Los Angeles, Panteras. And right to left is Canyon Football Club. The one goal that was scored in the first half was Brian Martinez. And that stood up for the whole first half. 7 free kicks and 2 corner kicks for FCLA Panteras and 4 free kicks for Canyon FC, and they had no corner kicks in the first half. And that is one of the things they want to try to get and start getting some attacks, some more attacks than what they had in the first half on the keeper, Axel Gallardos. And if you're FCLA Panteras, you want to just try to continue the pressure that you've been putting on Brooks Perry and try to add to your lead. Aaron Milby. Milby now driving it up, but it's intercepted. But they're able to get it in the deep back again, and now onto the near side. They will have to protect as Vera with a lot of speed, and that ball is knocked out of play. But Vera and his teammates will throw it in. And it goes out of play. And it'll be a throw in now again. FCLA LA. Christian Alcantar getting it in. And the central, Brian Martinez. And Martinez now running onto it. Martinez sends a ball onto the near side. He was looking for Vera. He didn't get it. And now Thuriong in the central. And the deep back. Again, they're in their defensive third and having to get to it up in the air. And trying to get a subsequent strike, but they couldn't that time. Vera couldn't get to the soccer ball. In a deep back, here's Ryan Henry. Henry getting it forward to Patrick Bennett. Bennett sending a long ball on the near side, and it goes out of play. They ran out of real estate on the near side. It's going to be a throw in now as Christian Alcantar out of their deep third. Throwing it in, and then a deflection by Martinez. A header right back in their own half, but then there is Kane Hernandez sending it across. And running onto it is Aaron Milby, but his pass is intercepted now. On the move, Hector Martinez. And that ball is sent out of play, but Hector Martinez and company will work with it again in the defensive half of Canyon FC. Canyon FC want to try to keep it out of their own defensive half here in the second. 30-minute stanza, as they had to play a lot with it in their own defensive half, the first 30. Ball sent down the left flank, intercepted. After it now is Kane Hernandez. Hernandez was trouble in the first half. He goes down, and let's see where he went down at. Just outside the 18-yard box. And FCLA Panteras will have their second, or their first free kick of the second half, their 8th of the match. just outside the 18-yard box, and thankfully for Canyon FC, otherwise it would have been a PK. Penalty kick. But this could be just as dangerous. A brilliant ball, but caught nicely by Brooks Perry. Perry has played very, very well as keeper, keeping his team close. One of the reasons why they are in this championship match. Here's Kane Hernandez sending it forward. Off of the header that time, going backwards. Joshua Ramirez, here's Vera. Vera, heel pass nicely, but then it is knocked away. They're trying, they wanted a corner kick out of that, but that didn't happen. Vera trying to put pressure on Bennett in the corner. And that ball is going to be thrown in by FCLA. Panteras. Brian Lopez getting it in. You hear the Amtrak in the background. Here's Therion. Yes, the Amtrak is right nearby here at J. Sarah High School. And saving that soccer ball is Brooks Perry, ranging to his left off the line. Sending them all upfield now for Sam Brooks. Now here's Therion. Going to try to stretch him out a little bit, and he gets it over to Ryan Henry. Henry on the move, sends a long ball, looking for his teammate. Coming off the line is a keeper at the top of the box to make the save. Gallardos, nice decision by Axel. But on the move was Gavin Felder, and that ball had a little bit too much pace for Gavin to run onto it. And back the other way, here's FCLA. Panteras, Veras is behind the defender. Veras, and a goal! Go, 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 goal! Alexis Vera, and again the speed has victimized Canyon FC as he's able to get behind the defender and beat the keeper off the deflection into the back of the net. And it is now 2-0. But still, it is in the early stages of the second half. So still plenty of time to try and cut into the lead and maybe tie it up before the match is at the end of regulation. If you're Canyon Football Club, and if you're FCLA Panteras, you're saying we're going to do whatever it takes to keep you off the scoreboard in his championship match. However, having a hard time of it, no, and just being able to get it is Gallardos. Oh, Gallardos had some trouble that time, and he nearly didn't get to the soccer ball. And that would have been a 2-1 scenario. Just as I had mentioned, cutting into the lead, that's exactly what the situation would have been. Joshua Ramirez will throw it in for Canyon FC, and those are the types of things they need to do in the attacking third. And a foul is going to work against FCLA Panteras. And now, here is the fifth free kick. They had 4 in the first half, the first one here in the second half. Taking it is Chase Coleman for Canyon FC of Anaheim Hills here in this CPL Winter 2012. First weekend of the new year. Driven toward the 18. Felder bringing it down and a goal! Go, 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 go! Was there an offsides? No! There was an offsides on the play, and a goal will be disallowed. Just a little bit offsides, and a goal is disallowed, says the center ref. And a free kick for the Panteras. 9 free kicks now for Canyon FC. On the near side, chasing it down is Patrick Bennett. And it goes out of play. Throwing it in, Ryan Lopez. Lopez gets Vera, the dangerous one, into the 18. He just scored a goal. Vera splitting 2 defenders. His pass is sent to Kane Hernandez on the intercept. And he can't get another strike. Boy, Vera made a great move. But they just couldn't put it in the back of the net that time. And here goes the Canyon Football Club with Felder on the run. Felder, oh, and a save. Oh, what a save by Alex Gallardos. Oh, he risked life and limb that time to rob Felder on the 1v1 with the keeper. And it is still 2-0. Football Club of Los Angeles playing a great match so far, as Canyon Football Club has played better in the second half, putting pressure on them, and they're able to keep them off the scoreboard, the blank sheet, as it will in soccer. But can they keep it going that way? As Phil Henry's club buzzing around, getting long balls, early balls, trying to make things happen against Gallardos. And here they come again, Thurry Young. And it goes back up the field. Here's a long try and a save by Gallardos as he raids off to his right as Thurry Young, an attempt to cut the lead in half. Sam Brooks now on the near side. Brooks to Bennett. And it is driven out of play as Brian Lopez protecting into space. Nicely done, he of the orange cleats. Substitutions coming in now for Canyon FC. As Theriung did some fine duty when he was in. He came in late in the first half. And here in the second half, he started off well. But now here's Raul Campos into the match. Tyler Kraus into the match, correction. Both of them number 2. And is that in the 18-yard box? Just outside the 18. But at any rate, it's another free kick for Canyon FC. The 6th one of the match. As Fcla Panteras have 9. Boy, that's about as close as you can be. We saw that earlier with Kane Hernandez. Patrick Bennett. Which way will he go? He's going to swing it towards a keeper, and going up high is Gallardos to make the save. Hoping that Gallardos would have given up a rebound. Vera, you always got to be careful with him. And he sends it out wide now. He's got a runner out wide, and that is Hector Martinez. Martinez goes to the interior, the pass intercepted. And then finally staying after it is Aaron Milby. Missed it the first time, but he went after it again, and he gets it out of danger. The far side touchline. 2-0 on a goal by Brian Martinez in the first half, and Alexis Vera in the second half. For Fcla Panteras, here they come again in the box now for Hernandez, and then they get it, Hernandez to take a shot. Initially, I thought it was Hernandez, and that is Hernandez taking a shot. That was Vera, and Hernandez trying to score, but long distance didn't have enough legs on that one. But here is Kane Hernandez trying to get it, but he cannot. And now they're going to have to retreat back, as going after it is the speedy Gavin Felder. Felder on the run. Felder can't go any further as he tried to turn on the defenders, and that time cut off by Jose Godinez. So it'll be a throw-in now for Canyon Football Club, the Anaheim Hills area. Both clubs north of here quite a bit. As you're watching this from J. Sarah Catholic High School, the 2-time cross-country girls champions, state champions. They got a big sign when you walk into this complex here, part of the high school. On the near side, the throw-in after being knocked out by Fcla Panteras. Hernandez up in the air, but here's a nice strike by Patrick Bennett into the 18-yard box. Now trying to get it subsequent, could not. FCLA Panteras, you got to be careful. Who's behind you as a defender? And let's see what a call. And it is going to go against FCLA Panteras now. And this will be another free kick. The 7th one now of the match for Canyon FC. And they almost have as many as they did in the first half, showing you how active they are here in the second half. On a nice ball by Coleman, out wide, but here's Kane Hernandez, the same number on FCLA Panteras sitting up for, but his teammate that time could not get to it, and that was Ruben Santos. Being in space. Kraus. Now it's over Kraus's head, but Tyler Kraus runs onto it, and in the deep back, they're able to get to that soccer ball. He tried to get a through ball going. However, now they got to retreat back. Vetta's got the speed. Vetta still, and he stops the soccer ball now. Might want to wait for some teammates. He goes against the defender there and takes a shot, and a save made by Brooks Perry. Nice decision that time by Alexis Vetta, and you could tell he's having fun in this match. Trying to outthink defenders, trying to outplay them. He's got one goal. He's been dangerous. Vetta sitting in the 18. His teammate trying to get to it. He gets it away from the keeper, but it goes past the goal line. Ruben Santos. And it was off of Santos, so it's a goal kick. Substitutions coming in now is Bradley Falcuson back into the match, taking the place of Joshua Ramirez, and Falcuson's another defender. And head coach Phil Henry and his assistants Frank Lucasa and Scotty Gallegos want to make sure they're fresh back there to deal with the speed of Vera. Strike that time by Brian Martinez is blocked. And his alternate number on the other club, Ryan Henry. Here's Felder running after it now. Felder now just outside the 18, but he can't get it to his teammate, and he'll chase it down now. And he strikes it forward, and getting to it is Gallardos. Axel Gallardos dove for the soccer ball back toward the 6-yard box, trying to keep it from going towards his net. And he's played well. Both keepers have played extremely well in this match. Here's a strike now by Gomez. All the way forward. The header by Vetta. Vetta goes after it. He puts a shot in the back of the net for a goal. Go, 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 go. Alexis Vetta getting his second goal of the match. And it is now 3-0, and he has been very, very dangerous again on plays where he can run the soccer ball down. But Canyon FC still has plenty of time, and what they're going to have to do is continue to try and put pressure as they have made Axel Gallardos very, very busy here in the second half. But they're going to have to do it now where they're going to have to start putting balls in the back of the net, as they are not only going against the clock, but they're down by 3. And in the world of soccer, that can be insurmountable. FCLA Panteras with fresh players to work with, and now a 3-0 lead. Felder along the right flank was out of play, but lastly by FCLA Panteras. And now the sun has decided to hide behind that mountain over there. And you know it's all about the Earth's rotation, but it just sounds good. All righty, substitutions are going to come in from Canyon FC side, as Michael Gutierrez is coming into the match. Now the ball toward the 18-yard box, going after it is Ryan Henry, and that one will go past the goal line. So the goal kick in this 3-0 match. Alexis Vera gets one more goal, and he will have the hat trick, as they call it in hockey. This weekend, we're in Escondido, the New Year's kickoff, and we saw 2 games where they scored at least 4 goals. One scored 4, one game scored 4, and the other one scored 5. That's for one team. Into the 18 now, and just not being able to get to it was Patrick Bennett. Oh, Bennett into central. Would have loved to have been able to connect his cleat with that soccer ball. And if he does, they've cut into the lead. It'd be 3-1. Now running onto it is Aaron Milby. Milby drives it down in the central. He's got a player there. He drops it back. Now getting onto it there is Ron Henry. And they can't get another strike. But here is distance. Milby intercepted now. Staying after it, and a foul. This is going to work, and a free kick now for Fcla Panteras. The 10th free kick for the Panteras. Felder trying to get on the far side. He can't. Here's Kane Hernandez now for Fcla Panteras. He drives it across midfield now. He's got the early ball. Looking for his teammate now, and that is Oscar Solores. Solores' pass is deflected and all the way up the field. Canyon FC now with the soccer ball on the near side, as the lights have not come on yet, but they soon will be. In his 3-0 championship match, still the blank sheet for Canyon FC, and now Canyon FC's head coaching contingents are going to bring in a fresh player, and now they decide not to. Fcla Panteras in their own defensive third. Partially intercepted by Henry. His teammates drive it forward. Felder chasing it down. Won't get to it. Toward the central now. Running onto it. Santos. And off the wide. It'll be a throw-in now. Throw-in from the far side touchline now. And the ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in again now, going the other way for Fcla Panteras. Hernandez in his space, doesn't get it. Getting to it is Sam Brooks. Brooks is still in the space. His teammate helping him out, Gutierrez. Now they get a player coming up from the midfield now. They want to reduce the size of the field, kind of compress them a little bit more. Canyon FC now on the near side. And that ball is going to go out of play on the near side touchline, chasing it down, Patrick Bennett. Had way too much pace on it for Patrick to get to it. In its 3-0 match, the championship one. The boys under 11 you've been watching. I'm Greg G.K. Porter along with George Langevin. Langevin Productions bringing you the sights and sounds. Christian Alcantara, who threw it in, and now he had to retreat back quickly, and it's knocked out of play. And Alcantara, I believe, will bring it in. Center ref about 8 minutes left to go in the match, I believe. Christian Alcantara going to throw it in. Alcantara getting it in to Brian Lopez. Lopez gets it in to his teammate, walking it up the field. Solores has to get it back after the intercept. Solores now getting it. Solores to the interior. Now Kane Hernandez, you know he has speed, and he'll drive it all the way back to his defender as a give and go, and they're going to push forward now as they kind of stretch him out a little bit wide, working it into Jonathan Gomez. Looking for Hernandez and went right behind him. However, his teammate, Brian Lopez, is there. But they can't go any further. Stiffening up in the central was Canyon FC. From the back there was Christian Alcantara sitting that ball in the 18. Chasing it down is Bradley Falcuzin. Falcuzin getting it over to Bennett. Bennett to the central. And they work it over to Kraus. Kraus tried to go forward. He's dispossessed. into the space on the near side, and it goes out of play. In his 3-0 match. Here's Kane Hernandez now. Hernandez, with it getting darker and darker out there. Later here in the day, driven out of play. And substitutions are going to come in now for Canyon FC. Looks like coming in is going to be Gallegos. So Noah Gallegos is going to come into the match. And also, for Fcla Panteras, they're going to get a substitution for Kane Hernandez, it looks like, and Brian Lopez. So Lopez and Hernandez coming out, and they will be substituted for a couple of fresh players, and we'll mention them as they touch that soccer ball. After the throw-in now, from their deep back, defensive third, so to speak, and Gallegos trying to keep it going forward. Goes out of play again, and every time it goes out of play like this, it works in the favor of Fcla Panteras because they are in the lead. They have the 3-0 lead, and there's not a lot of time left in this match. Sending it forward. Asked to do a lot of work in a short period of time, putting it in the back of the net is Canyon FC. Are they up to the task on the near side? And it goes out of play as Tyler Krause trying to work to Noah Gallegos, and he just put a little bit too much on a soccer ball. As Gallegos was moving pretty well along the left flank. Christian Alcantar will throw it in. Straddles that line as he threw it in and knocked out by Gallegos. So he'll gain some real estate here. Alcantar now pretty close to midfield, but that time threw it out, and it's going to be a throw-in. Again by Alcantar. Knocked out of play, gaining more real estate this time. And going to take it is Vera. Alexis, who scored 2 goals in this match. And basically here in the second half has put it out of reach unless Canyon can light a serious fire and come back. Trying to go upfield now. Here's Aaron Milby. But Canyon FC has played well, this bronze team in the second half, but not well enough to get him in the back of the net. Here's Veta, and he was dispossessed that time. And you know he wanted to make that move. Here he is again, staying after the soccer ball, and it goes down. And they're going to get a free kick. It's right outside, looks like right outside the 18. And a substitution is going to have to come in for Fcla Panteras. As Vera hurt on the play. We'll take a timeout. It's 3-0 Fcla Panteras over Canyon Football Club. Alexis Vera being walked off the field now. So the free kick. This is now a pretty good one, knocked away at the last moment by Brooks Perry. Oh, nice play by Brooks Perry that time on the 11th free kick of the match for Canyon Football, or for Fcla Panteras. And now they'll have another corner kick, the third one of the match. So they have 11 free kicks and now 3 corner kicks and a 3-0 lead. Late in the match, at a bending ball into the 18, trying to get a subsequent strike on it. Can't do it. Here's Gavin Felder. Felder trying to run onto it. Felder having a problem. And on the near side, he drops it off for Gallegos. Gallegos back to Felder. And it will give and go. And one man in the deep back. And at the last moment, and that was Jose Godinez being able to get that ball diagonally away from the striker running down, and that would have been Sam Brooks all alone. 1v1 with a keeper. Now here they come back down the field and right flank. A service and an opportunity and a goal! Go, 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 goal! Noah Gallegos, and he does a little dance after scoring the goal, and it is now 3-1, and he's just happy his team will not be in a blank sheet scenario. Nice play up the field. Brooks, Felder, and then Gallegos to clean it up into the back of the net. And after the way they played here in the second half, they deserve to get a coup de grace because they played a lot better in the second half. But they're still down by 2. Into the 18-yard box now, and they're able to get it out. Here's Gallegos now. They've got to score very, very quickly in a short period of time. Canyon FC now. Are they up to the task here in this championship match now? With Tyler Kraus now on the near side. It goes out of play. And it will be a throw-in. 3-1 here in this CPL Winter 2012 Cup between the Fcla, Panteras, and the Canyon Football Club of the Anaheim Hills area. Throwing it in will be Christian Alcantar. And that's a double whistle! And Christian Alcantar and his teammates will have the championship of the 2012 California Premier Cup. Great game played by both teams, especially in the second half for Canyon Football Club as they really tried with everything they had to have an opportunity to go into a penalty kicking scenario. And there was 2 penalty kicking games back to back prior to this one, but it just did not work out as playing a little bit better than them in the second half, or at least in the keeper and defensive area, was the Football Club of Los Angeles. The boys in the gray and the dark blue and the yellow numbers, and they will get the hardware. Stick with us. We'll have some short interviews and closing comments from J. Serra Catholic High School here in San Juan Capistrano. Greg Porter back here at J. Serra Catholic High School, where the first annual California Premier Winter Cup is won by this young team in the boys under 11, the Fcla Panteras. And they're going to give you a few words of how happy they are to have won the championship.
I'm really happy that we won because we're all in this together.
Hey.
I'm really happy because okay. I'm really happy because I tried so hard and my teammates also tried so hard, so we deserve it. Yeah.
You guys can say it in Spanish or English, whatever you want to say.
Oh, I think I'm happy.
You think you're happy or
I'm happy because we've been on this together for 2 days, and it's been cool.
Oh, I'm really happy because we won the championship, and I want to say thank you to my coaches because they train me so hard and I struggle.
I'm really happy because we all tried our best and we all made it.
I'm really happy because we all tried our best.
I'm happy because we all worked together. I'm happy because we made it to the finals. I won.
I'm happy because we worked hard and I wanted to win. I'm happy because we won and we worked hard for it. I'm happy because we never gave up and fought.
so happy because we won the state cup.
I'm happy because we got to the finals, and I want to thank my coaches too.
Thank you.
Just a little bit. Oh, I'm tired. Yeah. Oh, you're the kid. Hey.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
That's going to do it as the sun is set in the west and it's getting darker and darker here, but we've got a bunch of happy parents and family members of this young team that just won the championship of the California Premier Winter Classic. I'm Greg GK Porter for Langevin Productions with George on the camera saying God bless your family and take care of yourself, and remember to save this one on the hard drive. Until next time, bye now.